Germany who declared he was Jesus Christ. So I said to him, well...
In effect, you said, you ain't Jesus.
In effect, but it was a bit more than that. I was a bit annoyed, you know. I'm pressed in my life. I've got my problems too, and this guy's coming to me and saying he's Jesus Christ. And he's also saying that he doesn't want anything from me and he wants to save me. So with this particular person, I said, well, you know, make your way somewhere, you know, apart from me. So, but you see, if I say that, this can't be incorporated into a textbook of psychiatric method. This was just between us and a sort of flashpoint. I mean, I'm saying I'm not going to put you into a mental hospital because you say you're Jesus Christ. I mean, okay, you know, I don't believe you're Jesus Christ any more than any more than I believe I am. Okay, you know, but if you want to break even with me, then you know, Jesus Christ was a carpenter. You know, would you like to do some work on my desk? You know.
Well, you know what disturbs me listening to you is you may be a genius at dealing with the mentally ill. But is your philosophy and is your point of view something other members of the community, psychiatrists if you will, can practice? Or is just this something terribly individualistic that R.D. Laing happens to do well? Well,
as I said earlier, I don't think it's a matter of genius in terms of the way you look at it. If you change the metaphor, it's a metaphor in either case of, say, mental distress, and you say, well, this is an illness, and that means like a physical illness and so forth, which it might be, but what is an illness anyway? We can go on arguing about that. Or you can say, well, it's like a shipwreck. Someone has come to grief. Someone has crumbled. Someone has... It's a shipwreck. Well, I mean, what do you do to a ship that's wrecked? You sort of throw down lightning thunderbolts and on the ship, or do you attempt a rescue operation. It's not all that obscure, I would say, to anyone who is prepared to look at it that way.
Well, what do you essentially feel that then that the establishment psychiatric point of view with which you don't agree, what's different? What do you say?
Well, one of the things that I've keep on, one of the most constant observations in psychiatry since the middle of the 19th century is that when people come in a state of distress, which is psychiatric distress, you look at them, you look at their bodies, you examine them from head to toe, and there's nothing the matter with them physically. You know, they might not be in very good shape, they might be a bit seedy, etc., but basically, physically, there's nothing the matter with them at all. So, medical students and doctors have been trained, absolutely trained into thinking in this way. So, they say, well, right, well, there's nothing the matter with them physically, but there's something the matter with them, so there must be something the matter with them mentally. And the only category that they've been trained to have to hand is it must be a mental illness.
So what's your point?
Well, I'm saying don't flip into the metaphor that this is, as though it was more than a metaphor for a physical illness. Keep that human communication, which if you don't shred, is there in the first place, between another human being who's suffering and oneself, and respond as best one can in the circumstances to that suffering. That the excommunicating of someone in this way is exactly, you might say, the worst thing that could happen to them, because they've already excommunicated themselves.
I don't really find anything you're saying that's so off the modern day good young psychiatrist position.
Yeah, I don't see it either. And there's quite a lot of so-called young psychiatrists who see it exactly the same way as I do. But the but is that the tremendous amount of, a tremendous amount of money comes from drug companies. There's a tremendous amount of institutional investment of roles and distancing and ideological scientific training that makes it very difficult for a young psychiatrist to meet someone. I mean, when you meet someone who's a patient as a psychiatrist, well, I'm a patient, you're a psychiatrist. Now, behind you as a psychiatrist is a human being, and behind me as a patient is a human being. And it's that broken relationship between humans and humans that I think is the arena of the madness. Now, it's difficult to get to that human thing across that institutional gulf. And young psychiatrists find that very difficult. How are we going to do that? They've got their white coats on, they've got their tendon hammer, and they've got their ophthalmoscope, and they've got all the power, and patients have come to them in this abject situation. How can we actually level with this person as an actual human being without losing our authority and without being chucked out of a job? When I was, after I'd come out of the army, when I was in a big office with a big desk and a chair behind it and patients came in front of it, I moved my chair to the other side of my desk and took a chair which was the same height and exactly the same as the patient's chair.
Finally, well, in summary, if I may be admitted an editorial comment uncalled for, perhaps what's most astonishing about the story of your therapy is the fact that it was controversial at all.
That's the saddest thing, I think, to me about it.
Dr. Laing, thank you for being with us.
Forget it, LaRue. The answer's no.
I mean, what's the difference what these big stars make? Did Brando make $3 million for 12 days shooting and $12 million for 3 days shooting? What's the difference? This is my business. I know what I'm talking about. You don't have a clue. You don't know nothing. Ma, hang on for a sec. What?
Larry, Johnny LaRue is here to see you.
Johnny LaRue, Elaine, send him in and get rid of my mother. She's on 2.
Thanks.
Johnny LaRue.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Siegel or Mr. Larry.
Mr. Siegel, Mr. Larry, Mr. Siegel, Mr. Larry. He doesn't know what to call me. You know what they call me, Mr. Siegel or Mr. Larry? Why? Because you didn't stick your head in the door for 2 months. You didn't come in here. Hang on. What?
Larry, Morris Plant is on 3.
Morris, I'm in the middle of something. What do you want?
How are you, Larry?
I'm fine. What? Go.
Larry, if you still want to do that transfer on a stereo mixdown for all those prints that are going out next week, it'll cost another $1 million.
So do it.
Well, it's a lot of money.
What, is it your money? Go, do. You don't ask, you just do. Elaine, no more calls, okay? And get me, give me a tuna. Did I have tuna? Yeah. Give me a cottage cheese platter today. What do you want?
Do they have any cheeseburgers?
What am I, a waiter? What do I work there? Elaine, get LaRue a cheeseburger.
And something to drink.
I got drinks here. Sit down.
Thank you.
So what do you want?
Look, Siegel, I'm in a little hot water with this Polynesian town.
Hot water? You're in Polynesian town. Hot water. You know why you're in hot water? You're in hot water because you didn't come in here. You didn't come in here 2 weeks ago and you say, Mr. Siegel, Mr. Larry, Mr. Siegel, I need some help. I need some help with the editing. I need some help with the script writing. I need some help with the casting. I don't know who's going to be. You know why? That's why you turned out to be surprised, because the movie was nothing. You know, the only good thing in the whole movie, you know what the only good thing was? That crane shot right at the end. I saw a picture of the crane shot. The people walking all over there, that looked good. If the whole thing had been as good as that last shot, you would have had a picture.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, at least you know how to have a good ending.
Look, Siegel. Larry, I need some money. I need some money for this project.
All right. You need money.
I need some bucks, yeah.
All right, LaRue, if I give you money, what do I get?
I'll give you the executive producer title.
Elaine, get me Guy Caballero. So what's this show?
It's a small show called Lunchtime Street Beef. I only got one camera and one microphone. That's it.
What? That's great. What are you trying to do, Ben-Hur? You go out and you talk to the people on the street? It's terrific. It's a brilliant idea. Whose idea is it?
Well, it was my idea. I kind of thought it was brilliant myself with the...
What?
Mr. Guy Caballero on one.
Guy,
Hi, Larry.
how you doing?
Fine.
Listen, Guy, what's the story on this LaRue's idea, this street beef thing?
Well, he's taking credit for that? That lousy, no-good, lying cheat.
Well, Guy, listen, is it a good show? Should I put some money into it or what?
Now, let me tell you something right now, Larry. This is LaRue's last shot. He's out of here if he doesn't pull this one off. He's on his own. Now, if you want to jump on a sinking ship, that's fine with me, but I'll tell you something. If you do, I'll never...
All right, Guy, listen, I gotta go. I got another call. I'll call you. We'll have some sushi. Listen,
Look, Larry,
LaRue,
you
look.
know what he was
You know, I
saying
think the best thing, you
because,
go out there with one camera. You don't need me. You
Well,
don't need me. I don't know, for pictures. I don't know,
have
for
some
one
money.
camera.
I can't go
The
out there
best
with
thing,
one camera.
you don't need any money
I
for one
can't go out there
camera.
with one
Look,
camera,
I'm too
Larry.
busy, but just do what you did in the other one. Have a good ending on it. You know, call me.
Well, thanks for your help,
All right,
Siegel.
just, go.
I'll be back again.
Elaine, cancel the cheeseburger. No, you know what, Elaine? I'll have it too.
Of the 99 show.